I stared at the red Maserati parked in front of me, the paint shining like fire under the afternoon sun. My mouth opened, but nothing came out. Lena stepped behind me and wrapped her arms around my waist. "Do you like it?" she whispered. I forced a smile. "Like it?" "Lena, it's insane. You didn't have to do this." "I wanted to," she said, resting her chin on my shoulder. "You deserve something special." Ryan leaned in close and muttered, "Bro, why does she look scared?" I tried to laugh it off. She's probably just nervous about my reaction. But the truth was, I felt it too, that tiny pressure in my chest, like something was off. Lena tugged my hand. "Come on. Sit inside." I slid into the driver's seat. The leather was cold, smooth, unreal. She leaned in through the open window. "Start it." The engine roared to life, but instead of excitement, a strange chill climbed up my spine. Ryan tapped the hood. "Man, this is wild. You're officially richer than both of us combined." I smirked. "Yeah, except I didn't pay for it." Lena frowned slightly. "Why would that matter?" "Hey," I said gently, "I'm grateful." "Really?" Her expression softened again, but something flickered behind her eyes. Later that night, after everyone had gone home, I sat inside the car again, trying to process everything. I clicked through the screen, just wanting to connect my phone. A small icon caught my eye, Drive Safe Plus. I frowned. "What is that?" I tapped it. A map opened, showing my home, my workplace, even the cafe I visited last week. "Routes logged," I read quietly. "Speed monitoring, real-time alerts." My stomach tightened. Just a safety feature, I told myself. Lots of cars have tracking now. Probably standard. Still, the more I looked at it, the more it felt wrong. Why would a new car come with this already installed? I climbed out and called Ryan. "Hey, man. Quick question. What's up? Do luxury cars come with tracking apps?" "Some do," he said. "Why?" "This one has something weird. It already has my route saved." He paused. "Already saved? That doesn't make sense. You just got it." "I know." He lowered his voice. "Dude, did Lena set it up?" "I don't know," I whispered. "Ask her." "Not yet," I said. "I don't want to start something over nothing." He sighed. "Just be careful, okay? She loves you, but sometimes she's intense." I rubbed my forehead. "Yeah. I know." When I got back inside my apartment, I found Lena sitting on my couch, scrolling through her phone. "You didn't tell me you were coming over," I said. She looked up. "I just wanted to see you again. Is that bad?" "No. Just surprised." She smiled softly. "Did you like the car?" "Yeah. It's incredible." I hesitated. "Lena, did you install anything on it? Like an app?" Her eyes flickered. "Why?" "I just saw this Drive Safe Plus thing." "Oh," she said quickly. "That's just for emergencies. I asked the dealer to put safety features in. You drive fast sometimes." "Right," I murmured, but the uneasy feeling didn't go away. She touched my arm. "Don't overthink it, okay? I just want you safe." I nodded, but inside, a quiet voice whispered something I couldn't ignore anymore. "This is only the beginning." The first strange text came when I stopped at a convenience store after work. Lena messaged, "Why are you there? You never go to that one." I frowned at my phone. How did she know that? I whispered. When I called her, she sounded cheerful. "Just checking on you." "Yeah, but how do you know where I am?" "Oh, I guessed," she said too quickly. "You always take that route." I wanted to believe her, so I let it go. But the next day, it happened again. I parked near the office, and within seconds, she texted, "You're early today." My stomach tightened. I hadn't told her my shift changed. I called her. "Are you tracking me?" She laughed softly. "Tracking you? Babe, relax. I just worry about you." "Lena, this feels weird." Her voice lowered. "I'm only looking out for you. Don't make it sound like something else." Something in me cracked at the tone, too sweet, too controlled. I didn't push it. I didn't want to start a fight. At lunch, Ryan noticed me staring at my phone like it might explode. "Dude, you okay?" "Yeah," I lied. He raised an eyebrow. "You're lying. Spill it." She keeps texting me every time I stop somewhere. Like she knows exactly where I am. He shrugged. Maybe she's just attentive. Attentive? I repeated. Or watching me? He sighed. Bro, you're overthinking again. A part of me wished he was right. But every time my phone buzzed, dread spread through my chest. Later that afternoon, at work, I felt someone behind me. When I turned, Maya stood there holding a file. You jumped, she said. I didn't. But I knew I had. She crossed her arms. You've been twitchy all day. What's going on? Nothing, I said quickly. Just tired. She stared at me like she could see straight through the lie. You sure? Yeah. She didn't believe me, but she let it go. When I grabbed my jacket to leave, my phone buzzed again. Why did you leave early? My heart sank. I hadn't even reached the elevator yet. Maya saw the look on my face. Bad message. Just, someone checking on me, I muttered. Someone or her? She asked quietly. I didn't answer. I couldn't. In the car, I sat with the engine off, staring at the steering wheel. What is happening? I whispered. Another message came. Why aren't you driving yet? I flinched. I called her. Lena, you need to stop. Stop what? She asked calmly. Texting me every place I go. I told you, she replied, I just worry about you. But how do you know where I am? Silence. Lena? Finally she said, you're my boyfriend. I should know where you are. That's normal. No, I breathed. It's not. She giggled softly, like I'd said something cute. You're being dramatic. Go home. We'll talk later. She hung up. I sat in the darkening parking lot, gripping my phone like it was telling me the future. And for the first time, I admitted the truth I had been avoiding. I wasn't paranoid. Something was really wrong. I sat inside the Maserati, trying to connect my phone to the system again. The screen froze, then blinked, then showed something I wasn't supposed to see, an angle of the car's interior I didn't recognize. I blinked. What the? The feed showed the steering wheel. The passenger seat. Me. A camera. Inside the dashboard. My chest tightened. No way. No, no, no. I shoved the door open and ran into the house, dialing Ryan. Get over here. Now. He arrived 10 minutes later, out of breath. Bro, what happened? Garage, I said. Just come. We walked to the car. My hands shook as I tapped the screen again. The same hidden menu appeared. The same live feed. Ryan froze. Dude, this is not normal. No kidding. I could barely breathe. There's a camera in my car. Inside. Why would that even exist? He leaned closer. Does she know about this? I don't know, I whispered. I don't know anything right now. He looked at me slowly. You think she put it here? I swallowed hard. I don't want to, but, yeah. He stepped back, rubbing his head. Man, this is bad. Try talking to her, he said. Clear it up. What am I supposed to say? Hey Lena, why is my car watching me? He sighed. Okay, yeah, don't say it like that. I stared at the screen again. Every move I made inside the car was visible. Every twitch. Every breath. How long has she been seeing this? I muttered. Ryan shook his head. Bro, if she's been watching you drive, think, talk, that's a whole new level of creepy. I ran a hand through my hair. I need to be sure. He frowned. Sure about what? That she's watching me in real time. I grabbed my phone and stepped outside the car. I'm gonna test it. Ryan followed me, nervous. How? I opened a text to Lena. Hey, I'm heading to Ryan's. Ryan crossed his arms. Okay, now what? Wait. 5 seconds passed. Then 10. Then. My phone buzzed. I stared at the message. Drive safe. Don't speed on 7th Street. My breath stopped. Ryan whispered, Dude, you never said which street. I know. My voice cracked. I know. How would she? She's watching. The words felt heavy, final, real. I leaned against the car, shaking. This isn't worry. This isn't caring. This is something else. Ryan looked almost scared. Man, you need to get rid of this thing. I can't, I said. She'll know. He stepped closer. Then talk to her. No, I said firmly. Not yet. If she's watching, she'll hear everything. I need to pretend everything is normal. What are you gonna do? I don't know, I whispered. But I can't let her know I found this. Ryan exhaled slowly. Bro, this is messed up. I stared at the Maserati, its glossy red paint reflecting the garage lights. It suddenly felt less like a gift and more like a cage. She knows everywhere I go, I murmured. Every place I stop. Every word I say inside this car. Ryan whispered, you're not safe with this. And for the first time, I believed him completely that I first noticed the shift in Lena's tone when she leaned against me that morning and whispered, you slept okay, right? It sounded sweet, but it wasn't real sweetness, it was curated. Yeah, I said, trying not to analyze it, but my mind kept circling back. She'd been too gentle lately, too affectionate, as if she were editing herself. Later, when she told me, I stopped by the pharmacy after work, something inside me twitched. Which one? I asked casually. She paused for a full second before naming one that closed early. You sure? I asked. Lena laughed lightly. Why? You checking my schedule now? I'm just asking, I said. But that pause stayed with me all night. At work the next day, Maya slid a coffee onto my desk. You look exhausted. Everything okay? I forced a smile. Just didn't sleep. Maya pulled up a chair. You've been tense all week. Want to talk? Her kindness hit me like a warning siren. I could already imagine Lena twisting it into something dark. I'm fine, I said too quickly. Really? She raised an eyebrow. If you say so. But your hands are shaking. I looked down, they were. Just stress. From home? Maya whispered. I hesitated. Even the hesitation felt dangerous. I shouldn't talk about it. You can talk to me a little, she offered softly. I shook my head. No. It'll just make things worse. Her voice warmed. You don't deserve to walk around like this. I almost responded, but my phone buzzed. A text from Lena. Where are you? My chest tightened. I have to go, I told Maya, standing so fast my chair scraped loud against the floor. She watched me with worried eyes. If you need help, just say something. I nodded, but I didn't answer. That night, Lena greeted me with a hug that felt rehearsed. Long day, she murmured into my shoulder. Yeah. Anyone bother you? The question felt pointed. No. You sure? She asked, pulling back to study my face. I forced my expression still. Positive. She smiled, but her eyes stayed sharp. Good. I want us to be honest. Honest. The word twisted in my gut. When she went to shower, I sat at the kitchen table, opened my notebook, and started writing everything I'd noticed. The lies about where she'd been, the delayed answers, the sudden affection. I wrote fast, terrified the truth would slip away if I didn't trap it on paper. What are you doing? Lena asked suddenly from the doorway. My pen froze. Just journaling. About what? Thoughts. Work. Stuff. She stared at the notebook too long. You don't usually journal. I'm trying something new, I said. Her smile returned, but it didn't reach her eyes. Good. I like when you keep track of things. The way she said it made my skin crawl. I kept writing anyway. It was the only way I felt I could hold on to what was real. I needed proof before my instincts drowned me completely. When I heard the knock, I thought it was my neighbor, not Lena standing there with a too wide smile. Hey, she said brightly, stepping inside before I could react. You didn't answer your phone. I was showering, I said, reaching for my towel-damp hair. Oh? Her eyes swept across my apartment, couch, table, hallway, even the shoes by the door. It didn't feel like she was visiting. It felt like she was searching. You weren't with anyone, right? No, I said quietly. She walked deeper inside. Because you usually text me back. Right away. But tonight? Nothing. I said I was showering. She turned, smile still glued on. I believe you. I do. I just worry. Her voice dropped. You've been distant. I'm here now, I said, trying to keep my tone steady. Her gaze locked on my phone vibrating on the table. The screen lit with a preview. Maya sent the files. Check them before morning. Lena's voice sharpened. Why is she texting you at night? It's work, I said. She sends files whenever she finishes. That late? Lena picked up the phone before I could stop her. You two seem close. Give me my phone, I said, holding out my hand. She didn't. Tell me honestly, Who is she to you? I already told you. A coworker. But she texts you like she's more than that. She doesn't. My pulse thudded in my ears. You're reading into it. I'm reading what's on the screen, she snapped, then caught herself and smiled again. I'm not mad. I'm just asking. It sounds like you're accusing me. Because you're not answering straight, she said, finally handing me my phone. Why do you defend her so much? I'm defending myself. Lena stared, eyes colder than I'd ever seen them. If she's nothing, prove it. How am I supposed to do that? Tell her to stop texting you. I can't do that. It's work. She inhaled, slow and shaky. Wow. She backed away a step. You really won't. Lena, come on. No, she brushed past me toward the door. I get it now. What do you think you get? I asked, voice rising without meaning to. She stopped with her hand on the doorknob. You're lying about something. I don't know what yet, but I can feel it. She opened the door, her voice suddenly soft. And you're going to regret making me feel stupid. Lena, wait. But she didn't. She closed the door gently, quietly, and that soft click shook me more than any shouting could have. I sat on the couch, breathing hard, replaying her expression. The coldness. The certainty. The next morning at work, Ryan leaned against my desk. You look like hell, he said. Lena showed up unannounced, I muttered. Saw a message from Maya. It got weird. Weird how? She thought something was going on. Ryan whistled. Man, that's not love. That's control. I rubbed my forehead. I know. He looked at me, serious now. Then why are you still trying to justify it? I didn't have an answer that I was heading to my desk when Maya grabbed my arm, her face pale. Hey, can we talk for a second? Sure, I said, trying to sound casual. She pulled me into the supply room, shutting the door behind us. Her hands were shaking. Someone just sent me a message. What kind of message? I asked. She held out her phone. The screen showed a text from an unknown number, stay away from him. My stomach dropped. I swallowed hard. When did you get this? Just now, she whispered. I don't know who it is. I felt my chest tighten. Did you reply? No. I didn't want to provoke them. I ran my hands through my hair. Maya, this is serious. She nodded. I thought, maybe it's a prank. But, her voice cracked. It feels like someone knows everything. My mind raced. Lena. Could it be her? My stomach twisted. I pulled out my phone. I'm calling her. The first ring went to voicemail. I tried again. Same result. And again. Hours passed, and still no answer. Finally, a text, we'll talk later. I stared at it, my chest tight. Later? My hands were shaking. Was she behind this? I whispered aloud. Maya looked down at her feet. I don't know, but, be careful. I feel sick, I admitted. I don't know what's happening anymore. I left the supply room and wandered toward the elevator. Alina's voice came through my earphones before I could escape. Hey, can we talk? I froze. Alina? Now? Yes. You've been distant all week. I can feel it. I'm worried. I'm fine, I said quickly. Just, busy. Busy? You're barely eating. You're shutting everyone out. I said I'm fine. My voice cracked, and I immediately regretted it. Her tone softened. You don't have to handle everything alone. Please, talk to me. I can't, I said, swallowing the lump in my throat. Not yet. I just can't drag you into this. Okay, she whispered, but I could hear the worry. I'll wait. Just, promise me you won't push me away forever. I promise, I said, though it wasn't really a promise I could keep. After I hung up, I sat at my desk, gripping the edge until my knuckles hurt. Maya's phone, the unknown number, Lena's silence, all of it spun around in my head. I felt trapped. Between fear, anger, and confusion. Every instinct screamed at me to confront her, to call Ryan, to do something. But what? I couldn't risk Lena knowing I suspected her. And dragging Alina in was out of the question. Not yet. I leaned back, staring at the ceiling, my phone vibrating in my hand again. Another message from an unknown number? No. Just an email alert from work. I exhaled shakily. For now. But I knew this was only the beginning. And I had no idea how deep the danger ran. When I saw Lena's laptop sitting on my coffee table, my first instinct was to call her and return it. But my fingers froze. "You left it here," I whispered to myself. "You left it, and you never leave anything behind." My pulse pounded. "Just a look," I muttered. Just enough to calm my head. I opened the lid. No password prompt. That alone scared me. "Why isn't this locked?" I whispered. Her desktop was almost empty except for one folder, centered on the screen like it wanted to be found. A folder labeled "Protect Him." My throat tightened. What the hell? I clicked it. Inside were dozens of subfolders, each labeled with dates. My birthday. Random Tuesdays. Days I barely remembered. My heart started racing. I opened the most recent one. Screenshots of my texts. Every conversation. Even messages I'd deleted. Audio recordings labeled with timestamps. Photos. Hundreds. Some taken from angles inside my car. Some taken from distances across parking lots. Some taken when I was sure I was alone. I whispered, "What did you do, Lena?" I clicked a file labeled car_feed_audio and a soft static-filled recording played. My voice, humming to music 2 days ago. I slammed the laptop shut. No, no, no. My phone buzzed. "Ryan." I answered immediately. "Dude, I think I found something insane." "What now?" he asked. "You sound like you're about to pass out." "Her laptop," I said. "There's a folder called Protect Him. Everything is in there. My calls, texts, photos, even audio from the car." Ryan went silent. "Bro, that's not protection. That's surveillance." "I know," I said. "But there's something worse." "What could be worse than that?" "There are pictures of me with people I don't even remember. Strangers. Random faces. Some taken at night. Some outside stores I barely visit." Ryan exhaled sharply. "Why would she have those?" "I don't know," I whispered. "It doesn't make sense." "Get out of the apartment," he said. "Come here right now." "I can't leave her laptop." "Screw the laptop." "No," I interrupted. "If she comes for it and it's gone, she'll know I looked. She'll know everything." Ryan hesitated. "Then what do you want to do?" "I need to understand what the hell this is," I said. "None of it feels like obsession anymore. It feels like preparation." My phone buzzed again, another message. From Alina. "Are you okay? You sound off." I muttered, "Not now, Alina." Ryan heard. "Tell her something. Don't leave her hanging." "I can't drag her into this," I said. "Not until I know what this actually is." I opened the laptop again, my hand shaking. I clicked another photo. It showed me standing outside a cafe. Next to a man I didn't recognize. Lena had circled him in red. "What is this?" I whispered. Ryan's voice came through faintly. "Are you safe?" "I don't know," I said. "But this isn't just about me anymore." And for the first time, I felt the fear turn into something colder, certainty that something much bigger was unfolding behind my back. Ryan stared at the laptop screen like it was eating the air around him. His face went pale, then even paler. "Bro, no. No, no, no," he whispered. "What?" I said. "Say it." He swallowed hard. I need to tell you something. And you're gonna hate me." My chest tightened. "Ryan, spit it out." He dragged a hand down his face. "Months ago, Lena asked me some stuff about you. Weird stuff." My heart dropped. "What do you mean weird?" "She asked about your daily routine, when you wake up, when you get off work, who you hang with. She wanted to know if you ever spoke to strangers." I thought she was planning some big romantic thing, man. Like a surprise trip or some birthday plan. I stared at him. "And you didn't think to tell me?" "I swear I didn't think it was creepy then," he said, voice shaking. "She acted normal. Sweet even. I thought she just wanted to make you happy." I stepped back. "You should have told me. You should have said something." "I know," he whispered. "And I'm sorry. I didn't know she'd go this far. This is insane." I felt my throat burn. Anger, betrayal, fear, they all hit at once. "Everyone saw it but me," I muttered. "Everyone had clues but me." "Don't do that," Ryan said quickly. "You trusted her. That's not a crime." "It feels like one," I said. Feels like I let her build this cage around me. He pointed at the laptop. This isn't love, man. This is control. I know. Then what are you gonna do? I don't know. I snapped, then lowered my voice. I need to think. He reached out. Don't leave alone. Stay here. I shook my head. I need space. I need to get out of this room before I lose it. He sighed. At least don't take the Maserati. But I was already grabbing the keys. I have to. If she's tracking me, I want to see how far it goes. Dude. I'll be fine, I said, forcing a breath. Just cover for me if she calls. I walked out before he could argue. The moment I started driving, the dashboard lit up with the familiar system. I hated how smooth the car felt now, knowing what I knew. You're not a gift, I muttered. You're a leash. I kept driving until the city faded behind me. The road stretched empty, quiet, giving me space to breathe. For a moment, I felt like I was finally away from her reach. Then my phone buzzed. A message from Lena. Where are you going? My hands tightened on the wheel. Another message came immediately. Please come home. Then, please. We need to talk. I whispered, how do you still know where I am? Even though I knew the answer. The tracker. Always watching. Always listening. I let out a shaky breath. You can't control me forever, I muttered. Not anymore. But as her messages kept coming, a cold truth settled in my chest. She wasn't going to let me walk away easily. My phone rang while I was staring blankly at the wall. The number was unfamiliar. I answered cautiously. Hello? Is this Daniel? The voice trembled. Yes. Who's this? I'm Lena's mother. Mrs. Hale. I froze. Lena never mentioned calling her family. Mrs. Hale? I whispered. Why are you calling me? There was a pause. Her voice shook. Please, don't get angry at her. She's sick. I'm not angry, yet, I said slowly. But I need to know why she's doing all this. Tracking me, spying on me. I know, Mrs. Hale said, her voice barely audible. I know what she's done. And I need you to understand. Understand. I echoed. She has deep abandonment trauma. Her father vanished when she was young. Left her alone. She thought she would always be abandoned, and it scarred her. I felt a twinge of sympathy, but it twisted into something else. So, spying, monitoring, controlling, that's her way of coping. She swallowed audibly. Yes, and no. She doesn't know how to handle relationships when she's scared. She becomes obsessive. Protective in ways that are harmful. I rubbed my face. Protective in ways that are terrifying. Yes, she whispered. I've tried to tell her. Tried to guide her. But when she senses someone will leave, she panics. She can't stop herself. So, all of this, all the hidden cameras, the messages, the apps, that was love. I asked, my voice rising. Mrs. Hale was silent for a long moment. Then she said, softly, it was fear. The word hit me like a storm. Fear. Not love. Not protection. Fear. She wasn't protecting me, I whispered to the phone. She was protecting herself. Yes, Mrs. Hale admitted. And I can't undo it. I can't fix it for you or for her. I just wanted you to know why. I leaned back, gripping the edge of the couch. So, every time she watched me, every time she controlled me, every time she showed up unannounced, it was all about her fear. Yes, her voice quivered. She doesn't know how to trust. She doesn't know how to love without clinging. She's trying, she really is, but she's broken inside. I closed my eyes. Anger, betrayal, sympathy, they collided in my chest. I don't know how to feel. You can feel anything you need, Mrs. Hale said softly. Anger, confusion, fear. She needs help, but she also needs space. And so do you. I let out a shaky breath. Thank you for telling me. I guess, now I understand. But understanding doesn't make it less wrong. I know, she whispered. I'm sorry. I wish things were different. I'll figure this out, I said finally, voice low. I have to. There was another pause, then she said quietly, please, be careful with her. She's fragile. And dangerous to herself and others when she panics. I'll try, I said. The line went dead, and I sat there, stunned. The truth had hit me harder than any lie ever could. Lena hadn't been protecting me. She had been protecting herself. And now, I had to decide what that meant for us, for me that I finally couldn't take it anymore. I walked into Lena's apartment, heart pounding, hands shaking. "We need to talk," I said. She looked up from the couch, her eyes wide. "Daniel," her voice was soft, hesitant. "No," I snapped. "We have to talk. Right now." She flinched, and for a second, I saw the girl I knew, the one who trusted me completely. But that image shattered instantly. I know," she whispered. "I know you're angry." "Angry?" I took a step closer. "Lena, this isn't about anger. This is about everything you've done. The cameras, the apps, the tracking, all of it." Her hands trembled. I thought, if I watched you, you'd stay." My chest tightened. "Stay? You think this is love?" She collapsed onto the floor, grabbing my hands. "I didn't want to lose you. I swear, I didn't. I was scared." I pulled my hands away. "Scared? Lena, scared doesn't give you the right to ruin someone's life. You made me a prisoner in my own relationship." Her voice broke. "I thought, if I could control it, I could keep you safe." "You've kept me safe? From what? Myself?" I shouted, pacing. "From living? From trust? From being free?" She clutched my knees. "I know I went too far. I love you. I love you so much." "Love?" I repeated, voice raw. "Love doesn't track, spy, or manipulate. Love doesn't suffocate the person it claims to care for." She sobbed, shaking, tears running down her face. "I'm sorry, Daniel. Please, don't leave me. I can't do this anymore." My voice broke too, but I meant every word. Trust doesn't survive lies this big. Her hands reached for me desperately. "Please. Just stay. Just give me a chance." "I can't," I said firmly, my heart aching. She screamed then, a guttural cry that filled the room. I screamed back, not at her, but at the situation, at the helplessness, at the betrayal. I turned, walking toward the door. She collapsed behind me, begging me not to go. "Daniel, please. Don't leave." I didn't look back. I couldn't. My hands fumbled with the doorknob, my legs heavy, heart heavier. I stepped out, slamming the door behind me. That night, my phone blew up. Hundreds of messages. Calls. Notifications flooding in like a storm. I stared at it for a moment, numb. Then I blocked her. All of it. Silence. For the first time in months, I breathed. Deeply. Slowly. I felt the weight lift, if only a little. My chest unclenched. My head cleared. I knew the path ahead would be complicated, painful. But at least, for that night, I had regained something Lena couldn't touch, control over my own life. And that, finally, felt like freedom. I thought everything ended the moment I blocked Lena, but the next morning my phone rang. A number I didn't recognize. "Hello?" I answered cautiously. "Sir," a man said, professional and calm, "this is Marco from the Maserati dealership. We found an issue with your vehicle system." My stomach tightened. "What kind of issue?" He hesitated. "The custom software in your car, it wasn't from us." "What?" I stood up immediately. "What do you mean it wasn't from you?" "It wasn't installed by any of our technicians," he replied. "We thought you should know." Confusion slammed into me. "Are you saying someone else put it there?" "Yes, sir." A pause. "Without authorization." I hung up, grabbed the keys, and drove straight across town. My hands were shaking the whole way. I kept whispering to myself, "It has to be her. It has to be Lena." But something felt different. Too different. When I reached the tech garage, a guy with messy hair and smudged glasses walked over, nodding at the Maserati. "You're Daniel?" he asked. "Yeah. You're Eli," he said instantly. "The dealership called me. Said you needed a deep scan." I exhaled. "Look, someone put software in here. I just need to know how bad it is." Eli slid into the driver's seat, plugged in a device, and the dashboard lit up like a storm. He raised an eyebrow. "Wow. Okay, give me a second." I paced behind him. "Is it hers?" "Hers?" he repeated. "My ex," I said quietly. "She tracked me. Watched me." Eli didn't judge. He just typed faster. Let's see what we've got. Minutes passed. He frowned at the screen. Okay, this is weird. My throat tightened. What? He turned the laptop toward me. See this? A string of numbers and codes blinked back at me. That's an IP address, Eli continued. The one controlling most of the tracking. Definitely the one your ex used. I swallowed hard. I knew it. But, he clicked something. The cursor highlighted another row. This isn't her. I leaned in. What do you mean this isn't her? There's a second device, Eli said softly. A second IP address. Someone else piggybacked on her system. My heart dropped. Someone else? Monitoring me? He shook his head. No. Monitoring both of you. I felt dizzy. Both of us? Why would anyone? I don't know, he said honestly. But this level of access? This wasn't done by some jealous girlfriend. This is someone who knows what they're doing. I took a shaky breath. Are you telling me someone else was watching me without Lena knowing? Yes. Eli's voice stayed low. Someone who wanted to stay hidden. I sat down on the hood, hands pressed to my face. This doesn't make sense. She did all of this because she was scared. But someone was watching her too? Eli unplugged the cable. Daniel, this is bigger than a relationship gone wrong. I lifted my head slowly. So what do I do now? He met my eyes. You find out who the second watcher is. A cold wave rolled through me. My life wasn't just invaded. It was being hunted. The moment Eli handed me the printed IP trace, my blood ran cold. I recognized the prefix. I wished I didn't. I drove straight to the address attached to it, an old, weather-faded house I hadn't seen in years. My father's house. My hands shook as I knocked. The door opened a crack, and he stared at me like I was a ghost. Daniel, he muttered. Didn't think you'd ever come back. I pushed the door wider. Why were you tracking me? His eyes narrowed. So you found it. Found it? I snapped. You put a device in my car. You watched me. You watched her. Why? He motioned toward the living room. Come in. Yelling on the porch won't fix anything. I'm not here to fix anything, I said, stepping inside. I want the truth. He sat down slowly, rubbing his jaw. I gave Lena the money for the down payment. She told me she wanted to protect you. My chest tightened. You helped her stalk me? I installed the system before she even bought it, he admitted. She didn't know half of what I added. I stared at him. You spied on me long before she did. Silence swallowed the room. You disappeared, I whispered. Dad, you left. And you still felt entitled to watch me? He sighed. You don't understand. Then help me understand, I shot back. Why do this? Why hide in the dark while pretending you were gone? His voice hardened. I needed to know if you'd become like me. Those words cracked something brutal inside me. Like you? He nodded once. Reckless. Self-destructive. Running from everything that matters. I watched your life spin, and I thought, if I see the signs early enough, maybe I can stop you. You didn't try to help me, I said, my voice shaking. You tried to control me. Judge me. Spy on me like I'm some experiment. You were spiraling, he insisted. That girl, Lena, she wasn't right. I had to intervene. You didn't intervene, I whispered. You hid. You watched. And you let me think she was the problem. He looked away. I never meant to hurt you. You did, I said. You still are. For a moment neither of us spoke. I felt years of unanswered questions, years of anger, years of abandonment, crashing all at once. Lena wasn't the only one watching me, I said softly. My past was too. You were. Daniel. I stepped back. Don't call me that. Not right now. His face tightened, guilt sinking into the lines around his mouth. I'm done being your shadow project, I said. I'm done being watched. And as I walked out, I realized the truth hit harder than anything Lena ever did. My biggest betrayal came from blood. I pulled into the Maserati dealership, heart thumping, palms slick. The car gleamed under the fluorescent lights, but I felt no pride. Only relief. I'm returning it, I told the clerk. All of it. Every last thing. He glanced at me curiously. Everything okay, sir? I shook my head. No. Not okay. But this is over. After signing the papers, I walked out into the cold air, letting it wash over me. Every step felt heavier and lighter at the same time. Heavy with the weight of what had happened, light because I was finally done. I dialed my father's number once, twice, 3 times. No answer. I left a voice message, calm but firm, "I'm done. Don't contact me again." I hung up, feeling a strange mix of anger and relief. Cutting ties never felt this final before. Later, I texted Maya. "There's a lot you don't know. But, it's over now." Her reply came quietly, "You deserve peace." I stared at the screen, letting the words sink in. For the first time in months, I believed her. I found a new apartment that evening. Small, but mine. No shared walls, no creaking floors that reminded me of late-night messages. I changed my number, deleted old accounts, and wiped away every trace Lena or my father could possibly use to reach me. I stacked boxes, unpacked a few essentials, and finally collapsed onto the sofa, exhaustion overtaking me. My phone buzzed once, spam, probably, and I ignored it. No alerts pinged. No notifications. No trackers. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. The air felt different here. Clean. Unstifled. Free. I whispered to myself, almost afraid to break the fragile calm. "I'm free." The words echoed in my mind. I repeated them slowly, letting each syllable sink deeper. Free. 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 I knew scars would remain, memories, mistrust, the shadows of the past, but for the first time, I had chosen myself. Not fear. Not control. Not someone else's obsession. I called Ryan, just to hear a familiar voice. "Hey," he said. "Hey," I replied, smiling faintly. "I think I can finally breathe again." He laughed softly. "You earned it, man. You really did." I hung up and looked around the new apartment, the sunlight spilling across the floor. Everything was untouched, open. Waiting. No trackers. No watching. No fear. Just me. And for the first time in a long time, I felt the weight lift entirely. I stretched, exhaled slowly, and whispered one more time, letting it anchor inside me. "I'm free."